Belt! You shouldn't fall asleep or Mirabelle will come and wake you up again. Welcome to the next part. I just thought this was amusing. I discovered it by accident while I was trying to shut down the game. Alright, let's go, Frin. We got shit to do. We got a chore list. You can sleep at the clock tower. Okay, so last time we spoke to Mirabelle. Oh, she's gone now. That's interesting. I wonder if she went on ahead to the clock tower then. Yeah, that was interesting. Guess next we should bother Odile, since we have an idea where the book is at. Odile's here so we can get what the book, or what the shop has to offer, not the book. Frin, you look rested. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, do you want me to go talk to the guy first? Do you need help with anything? You this bored, Frin? Can't skip the dialogue. Oh, I've heard the Melancholy has one of those. Oh, what? 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 Really? She doesn't seem to know how to react. You look at her, repeat the same words over and over. Frin, will you come with me? Ask them if I can borrow it? It might take some time. So make sure you have time to help me. I have time now. Thank you. Let's go then. You and Odo are now hanging out. You should head to the village. It's just funny. You are now hanging out. We're going on a date. Hey there. Hello. We've heard you may have a family tale? Family tale? A family called... I still don't know. Papyrus? Papyrus? Papyrus. Sounds like I just stuttered for the Pokemon name. Oh, Paris, go! If you'd be okay with it, I'd like to borrow it for a little bit. The one I borrowed for my girl before the house froze. I'm not a very good writer, so I figured reading another one would give me some inspiration for stories to tell my little sister, or my little girl. Sorry. Do you have it still? I do not. What? Do you know Antoni, maybe? He lives at the east of town in the house with no flowers. Asked if he could borrow it. They knew the family, you see. I couldn't really refuse. The family died only a few years back, after all. Well, that sucks. Well, that sucks. Do you know if he still has it now? I don't see why they wouldn't. I have a sudden bad feeling about this. The house to the east of the village with no flowers, huh? Looks like we should go pay them a visit. Thank you anyway. Sorry. We walk for Odile. So she's not sweating the entire time. Oh, hello. Antonia, is it? It sure is me. And you're two of the saviors, aren't you? Thank you for all you're doing. Best of luck for tomorrow. Thank you. We had a favor to ask. Could we borrow the family tale you possess? For an hour, maybe? Oh, the family tale. I know this means a lot to you, so... Oh, no, that's not the problem. I'd be happy to lend it to you, but, well... I I think one of the kids next door stole it from me. What? What? Oh, I'm not saying they're bad kids. They're very nice kids. Very nice. They just, well... You know the 3 kids outside? A few weeks ago, they passed by to help me cook some things, and well... The book is gone now. So... Sounds like we should talk to those kids. This has been quite a hunt. We'll get that book, Odile. Let's just go, alright? Kids. The middle kid with the small hat looks at you from their rock throne. Adults. What do you want? Frin, you handle this. Oh, why you? Why me? You're closer to being a kid than I am. Good luck. Okay. You know about the family tales? Which one of you stole a family tale? Which one of you stole it? Are you saying we're thieves? Thieves, Manon. Beefs? Was that how it was spelled? Beefs? You're saying we're thieves? My associate misspoke. What they meant was... Okay. You know about the family tales? Yeah? What kind of adult doesn't know about family tales? Are you stupid? Manon, you can't ask adults if they're stupid. Can't I? Look at him! They're short, and their hair looks unbrushed. And they look like they haven't slept in weeks. And that hat definitely looks stupid and not cool. Frin, the kid is destroying you. Do something. On principle, you don't get into fights with kids. What to say? Anyway, do you know about the family tale? Embarrass myself a little less with pronunciations if I just skip it. I'm not confident today. I think he's asking about... Shut up! I got this. The middle kid looks at you as disdainfully as they can. Which is a lot. What if we do? We'd like to borrow it. Trade. A trade, a trade! We have something you do not. Knowledge. For something in exchange. I have a pun? A pun? It better be the best pun I've ever heard. How do you keep a wizard in suspense? The kid leans in leans a little bit towards you, interested. I don't know. How? I'll tell you tomorrow. What? That's not the deal, tell me now. The kid's eyes grow wide, speechless. Manon. The wizard-looking adult, he said... They said you're a wizard, Manon. Wow. I know you just said it because it's part of the joke, and I know I'm not a real wizard because wizards aren't real, but I felt something just now. I'll do whatever you ask. You only need the book. Oh yeah. Okay, so you lost the book, didn't you? Manon doesn't have the book anymore. What? Listen, Charlene was being really annoying about wanting it, so I gave it to her so she'd stop crying, okay? Who's Charlie? Charlene Choquette. Ah, the boy injured's daughter? What the? You can't help but laugh. Oh, look at the old lady's face. Frin? You jump. We are going. Do not rapidly follow. My adults, let's play again soon. This is kind of funny. Hi. Hello. Hey. Please do not scare my daughter, madam. You get in front of Oda and smile at the girl. Hi. Hi. We've heard you got a cool book. A book? Oh. Oh, yes. For Maiden. Maiden is so nice. She gave me the book with the nice stories. Dad was reading it and now it's mine and I can read it all by myself. But it's boring. I want another book, Papa. Which book are you talking about, Charlene? This one. She shows you all a book with the family tale written across it. I'm so sorry. It's fine. You got the family tale finally. You both find a nice, silent place to talk. I can't believe this took this long. But finally. Oda looks at the closed family tale book intently. Aren't you gonna read it? They said I could keep it until I have to leave Dormont, so I have time, but... She's still looking at it. The family tale book you spent so much time trying to find. Seems important to her, but why? Is it related to your research? Sorry, what? The book. Is it related to your research? Well... I suppose I've kept it secret long enough. Don't tell Issa, right? There is no research. I'm not researching anything. Huh? Sorry for not saying anything. Issa said I must be researching something since I was a traveler here in Vagard. And it felt easier to not say anything. So then why are you... Why did I leave Kabu? Traveling for years? I'll find myself in Vagard if not for some intellectual pursuit. Well, I'm actually here in Vagard to find out more about myself. I suppose it's not very apparent to you, but my mother was Vagardian. Oh. I've lived my whole life in Kabu. My father was Kabuan, and my mother, Vagardian. I have no idea how they met. He never told me, but all I know is that she never wanted a child. She left very early in my childhood, and I never saw her again. Good riddance, if you ask me. But she left. Didn't leave anything behind. No pictures, no letter, no family history. What does it matter, right? My father was a good man, and Kabu was my home. I used to think I didn't need to know about my history about Vagard, but still, a part of me was... curious? One day, a few years ago, a Vagardian merchant showed me her wares. And this book that she wouldn't let go of. A book of tales written by her whole family. A family tale. And she explained family tales to me. Generations of Vagardian parents writing stories for their children and writing them down in a book. So you'd end up with stories written by an entire lineage. She was explaining the way the book was written, the rules of this particular way of telling stories. How friendly families shared their stories with each other, and how it had been done for generations. how it brought her closer to her family, her ancestors, her culture. And while she was explaining all this to me, she suddenly stopped. And I was surprised to find out she stopped because I was crying. I didn't even realize it, because I wanted this. This connection that she had to a history that was also supposed to be mine. But it was stolen from me because my mother left. And I'd never have a link to this culture, ever. Unless I went there. So this is why... So I traveled to Valgard and, well, the king took over shortly after I arrived, which did make things more difficult. But during my travels with you all, I got to know many Valgardians, and see many Valgardian cities. I got to learn more about the country, its culture, its faith, its people. And I look, and I learn, and this is the country my mother came from. It's half of me, but still. Even now that I'm here in Valgard, I feel no connection to it whatsoever. I don't recognize myself here. Isn't that strange? Half of me should be from here, isn't it? Shouldn't I see something of myself here? In the place that my mother came from? Shouldn't it be like looking in a mirror? Like a revelation. Shouldn't I see how Valgardian people act, how they think, and be able to say, ah, so this is why I'm like this. Shouldn't I be able to call this place mine? But I can't. It feels awful, like my roots have been cut off without my consent. Like my mother stole it from me. Like I really don't belong anywhere. But this is why I'm here, still. To know as much as I can about this country. And in the meantime, find out if it'll make me find out more about myself. And I did find out more about myself during this journey, so I'm glad. It is an interesting question, is it not? How much do you carry of your country, of a culture that should have been yours, but wasn't? It may not seem so to you, but to Kabu, my features are foreign. Just small things. My hair being slightly too thick, my brows too thin. Enough for me to look different here. I am other. So, what about Valgardians? Would they see me as one of theirs? Would I find myself in them? After coming here, I found out that no, of course not. Why would I? I've never been here before this journey. But at the same time, I am not the only one who is other. In fact, Valgard is filled with people who also come from other lands. Valgard welcomes people from all over the world, after all. So even if I did not find someone like me, I found Valgard to be full of people that are similar to me. And I am very grateful for that. Odell's half Valgardian. You never knew. She traveled halfway across the world to find out more about herself, trying to see if she'd find herself in a country she has no memory of. What about you, Frin? Are you finding out more about yourself in Valgard? Eh? What do you mean? Well, you didn't grow up in Valgard either, right? Do you have roots here? Or were you just passing through? My apologies. Forget I asked. I didn't say anything. You didn't need to. Your face said it all. Just because I'm telling you personal facts about myself doesn't mean you need to tell me anything in return. That was wrong of me to ask. We can forget about it. She goes back to looking at the Family Tales cover. She'd probably be fine leaving it here, just bearing her story to you and nothing else, but you... I don't remember much about where I'm from. Odell turns to look at you. Huh? Were you too small when you left? Or was it because there was nothing worth remembering? Everything was worth remembering. Neither. But I can relate to you. Trying to find pieces of yourself wherever you go. Trying to find where you belong. Trying to find how your roots might have shaped you. Which parts of you created and which parts already were. You nod. But you know, you're not only made of where you're from, right? If that was the case, everyone in Kabu would be the exact same and everyone in Valgard would be the exact same. Where you're from matters, yes. But it's not the only thing that makes you, you. That's what I realized during this journey, Frin. I'm Kabuan and Valgardian in ways I do and don't realize. I am also myself. One might say that's more important than being Kabuan and Valgardian. Wouldn't you agree? You do. Huh, that's interesting. Feels so much lighter now. Because you found a family tale? Yes! And also because we talked, Frin. Oh! Thank you for listening to me, Frin. You blush and nod. Now get out of here. I have a family tale to read before we all meet for our sleepover. We'll talk later. Go have fun. Odell smiles at you mischievously. Got a memory of Secret Quest. You always remember this. Secret Quest boosts all of your researcher stats by 30. Wow! Also learn the skill Craft Break. Wow! It's amazingly strong when used. It makes an enemy weaker to all craft types for a few turns. It's so strong you'll be able to use it when you and your researcher have had this exact conversation. So if you loop back to Dormont, you'll have to talk to her all over again. Remember that, okay? You get up and leave, waving goodbye. They do. Huh? You love? Rice? Yeah, that's true, but... And? Pineapples? And the last one is... Samosas? But which samosas? Yeah, I bet you don't even know that. Which samosas are my favorite, stupid? Cause it's... I think it's just potatoes, yeah? Without cheese, without potatoes. Without cheese, with potatoes. Yeah? That's all my favorite foods. Success! If you remember them all, you do pay attention to me? Oh, that's stupid, of course you do. Or else you wouldn't have... There's something you can help me with. Can you come with me? You have time? You have time? Okay. Then come on. Then come on. Bonnie brought you outside of Dormont. You can see some weak sadnesses roaming around in the distance. Frin, you said I could ask for anything, right? Not exactly what you said, but sure, whatever you want. Okay, well, I need you to teach me how to fight. Oh. I know Dial's gonna say I can help you all in battle tomorrow. But it'll be from far away, right? I want to help. To actually help. And for that, I need to learn how to fight. So you're gonna help me. Let's go! Bonnie ran away. Towards the sadness. You run towards Bonnie as fast as you can. Look, look! I'm not scared. Come on! I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I can do this. I can do this! Ouch. Bonnie! Without thinking about it, you strike. You can't help but yell. Be more careful, Bonnie. I'm sorry. You look at Bonnie closely. Miraculously, they don't seem hurt. Bonnie's trembling. Shouldn't have yelled. Breathe with me. You breathe slowly in and out and make sure Bonnie breathes with you. You need to calm down too. Slowly, they stop shaking. That didn't go super well. It did not, no. It's your fault. You weren't there. You weren't there to help me and tell me what to do. You frown. I mean, I'm sorry. I can teach you, but don't go on ahead on your own. Okay. Sorry. I'll listen. Tell me how to fight. I want to learn. Look around. There's another sadness in the distance. Put your index finger in front of your mouth to tell Bonnie to stay silent and point towards the sadness. Bonnie looks over and nods. You jump in. Okay. Okay. Ready? Yeah. Yes. What do? You smile. Teaching time. You tell Bonnie to look at the sadness's hands. That's a scissor sign, right? So that means they're vulnerable to rockcraft. Yeah, I know rockcraft. So I can hit them, right? You nod. Okay, here I go. You take an attacking stance. Bonnie follows suit. Bonnie attacks wildly, you strike. I did it! I did it, Frin! You clap. You breathe in and out. 150 experience. Yeah! You gain experience from that? That didn't have to do with it. You defeat the sadness. You breathe out. Bonnie's looking up at you. You look back. Hey, Frin. Why aren't we allowed to touch you? What? Dial and Za and Belle said we're not allowed to touch you because it makes you jump and because they said so. It's true that you jump, but I was wondering why, because it means we can't high-five or anything. Why? None of them are touching you. On purpose? Because it makes you jump. Such a simple reason? I don't mind being touched or hugged. Just not used to it. You're not used to it? Oh, maybe it's because you're not ready for it when it happens? Felt? I don't necessarily appreciate a random stranger hugging me out of nowhere. I'm not a touchy-feely person. I can understand. People start putting hands on you. It's like, I didn't get permission, bro. This feels non-consensual. That's how it is with Nilly. Nilly? Nilly? My sister. Her name's Petronilly. Petronil? But it's dumb, so I call her Nilly. She doesn't like it when people touch her, and she's not ready for it. Nilly's really cool and tough, but, she gets scared easy, I think. One day I touched her shoulder, and she didn't know I was there, and she screamed really loud. But then she said I shouldn't do it again because when she's scared, and she said her scared brain takes over. She said she might suplex me without meaning to. Which sounds really cool, but she said she doesn't want to suplex me because she doesn't want to hurt me. She did suplex one dude who scared her once, though. So I'm not allowed to touch her if she doesn't know I'm there, so I always try to walk real loud so she hears me coming. That's why my shoes are so big, see? Bonnie points at their shoes. You nod. I don't want to talk about my sister anymore. You don't often talk about her. She's frozen in time and she's not here, so I don't want to talk about her. She says talking behind people's backs is bad, and also talking about her hurts and makes me sad. I want Nilly to be here. I should have helped her when... Why aren't you used to being touched? Did your family not hug you when you were a kid? My family hugged me plenty. It's just... It's weird coming from a stranger. Or I guess stranger might be too harsh to say. It's weird coming from somebody who's not on that close level. Like bestie level, I guess. You flinch? I can't remember. Oh, but maybe that's why. Just not used to it and it takes me off guard, I think. Oh, okay. So if you can see me and if I tell you I'm gonna touch you, it's fine. It's not fine, but sure. Huh? Okay. I'll remember that. So then, Bonnie jumps up and down making sure you watch them do it. I'm gonna touch you now! Suddenly Bonnie pokes you hard in the stomach. Ow! You saw me and I told you so, it's fine. I guess so. Okay, let's go. Let's fight one more sadness. I can do one more. You spot a sadness in the distance and attack. Okay, I can do this. Watch me, Frin. Smile and join Bonnie. You and the sadness exchange blows. This is different from usual. You're not used to fighting outside anymore. The ground is uneven and there's rocks and branches to worry about. Oop. You tripped on a branch. Frin! The sadness saw you fall and is running towards you to attack. No! Not this time! You breathe now. 150 experience. Frin! Frin, are you okay? Bonnie is shaking. I'm okay, Bon. I just tripped. Really? Promise? You nod. haven't called me Bon Bon in forever. Only Zog calls me that now. Oops. Bonnie? No, I didn't mean... You promise you're okay? You nod. Okay. Sorry. I got scared. It just... It reminded me of before, that's all. Before? Yeah, you remember, right? It was a while back when you protected me from that other sadness, you know? Hmm? What sadness do they mean? You can't remember. Which one? Which one? The one that cut your eye, stupid! Oh. Oh, crab, you stupid crabbing. See, I told you. I knew it. You're so crabbing stupid, you didn't even remember it. You think it didn't matter? You keep getting hurt because of me and you don't care? You can't see from one eye because of me and you think it doesn't crabbing matter? That's right. You'd forgotten. It was after you all met Bonnie. Before they started barely speaking to you anymore. They weren't careful and a sadness was about to hurt them. They're so small, no one else was close enough to do anything. You're the fastest. So you ran and got in front of them and... Why did you do it, Frin? Why did you do it? Why did you protect me? I don't understand. You could have stayed put. I could have taken care of it. It was fine. But no, Frin thinks they're better than everyone else. You tried to protect me like a stupid crabbing idiot. You got hurt because of me. Because of me, you can't see from one eye. You have a big scar. And you bump into things all the time, and you trip all over the time. All of the time. You can't see. Because of me. Oh no. They seem really upset, but it's not that big of a deal though. It is! It really is! You got hurt because of me and I don't like it. I don't want it to have happened. You should have stood there and let me be hurt. You would have died. It doesn't matter. If I died, it would have been fine. It would never have been fine. I could never have let that sadness hit you. I know you don't like it when we say you're a child, but you are. And as adults, it's our responsibility to make sure you're safe. Did you want us to go to your sister and tell her sorry we didn't jump to save them, so they're gone now? You'll always be more important than any of us. No matter what, we'll always make sure you live. And I'll always pick you over a blinding stupid eye. Frin, I don't want to be hurt. I don't want you to be hurt. I don't want you to be hurt. You can reassure them all you want. Say you're sorry, promise you'll never do it again. But you would do it again. Again, and again, and again. Start again! And again, and again, and again. If it had happened now while you're stuck in a time loop, you'd jump in and protect them every time. You'd protect them all every time. Because what's the alternative? Try to find a way to save them without being hurt? But what if you failed? What if you couldn't do it and they did get hurt instead? What if they died because you tried to get a better ending? You can't take that chance. You do it again the exact same way for as long as you needed. I'm stronger now, Bonnie. I can protect you and make sure I don't get hurt either. Promise? Promise you won't get hurt again. I promise. Super promise. Super promise. Super duper promise. Super duper promise. Okay. Okay! As long as you promise, it's fine. And, oh. And anyway, I protected you just now, right? If it wasn't for me, you'd been hurt. So you can protect me and I can protect you. And we can protect everyone too. Yeah? Yeah. You see me, right? I'm gonna touch you now. Bonnie runs into your side. They hug you tightly. You freeze until you remember what to do. Ah, the moment of panic. Got a deal, Frin. Some people are touchy-feely. The kid needs a hug from you. Slowly, you hug them back. See, you do know how to hug. Looks like I do, yeah. Cute. You had a memory of training. You always remember this. When equipped, your kid will never miss when attacking. I'm sick. Kid also learned the skill Billion Blows technique. They'll be able to hit the enemy harder during battle. It's so strong, you'll only be able to use it when you and your kid have this exact conversation. So if you loop back to Dormont, you'll have to talk to them all over again. Remember that, okay? Okay, let's go back to Dormont. I gotta show how cool I am now. I gotta show everyone how cool I am now. You nod. You both head back to Dormont. That one was called Tutorial Quest. Hang out with Bonnie. Alright. We did Mira, Odile, and Bonnie in that order. See if Issa will actually tell us what he wants and if we can accomplish it before moving forward. Unless he's just gone. Issa. Sort of woke up on the wrong side of the bed? I get it. Anyway, I was just looking at the favorite tree. Isn't it a cool tree? You joke. Yeah, it is. It's tremendous. You're beginning to think he never will. You look at his hand coming closer, closer. As expected, his hand stops above your shoulder. Hey, I finished helping everyone else. Huh? Oh, that's cool. I did see you running around with everyone earlier. It looked like fun. Oh, that's right. You didn't ask him if he needed any help this loop. Well... So do you need help with anything? No. Oh, yes, I do need help with something now that I'm thinking about it. Is that what you were doing today? Helping everyone out? I didn't know. I kept the best one for last. Sif. I'm glad. I was just thinking I wanted to hang out with you today since I saw you running around with everyone. But you didn't talk to me much today, so I was, worried you didn't want to. It doesn't matter. I'm glad I thought about what we could do today, then. Are you ready now? We'll probably have to go to the clock tower immediately after we're done, so I don't think you'll have time to do anything in the village after. So I want to make sure you did everything you needed to. I don't know, do we want the flower back for the king again? You guys give me a second. actually give it to the king? I don't know. Should I see if I can give it to the head housemaiden? Sure, Sif. In the meantime, I'll let you do your thing here, and I'll wait for you north of Dormont, okay? Forgot we never spoke to Loop. Hey, Stardust! How can I help you on this wonderful new loop? Let's talk about something. Sure. What do you want to talk about? Since I remember, isn't there a chance? A chance of what? A chance they'd all remember? Who, your party? Oh, is that what you're worried about? Don't worry. You are and always will be the only one who remembers previous loops. Which is good news. They won't have to suffer like you do. This pain is yours and yours alone. Hey, wait. What about you, then? Oh, I don't count, Stardust. I'll always remember your mistakes. It's my job. Had a question. Mirabelle statue. Huh? Oh, the Change God statue where you get the key knife? I didn't know your housemaiden made it. That explains why it looks so bad. It's true, sadly. I don't know much about the change belief. But maybe if you looked at a bunch of the statues in the house, you might learn something about them. At the end, he said, the thing he said he'd tell you at the end of the journey. He mentions he wants to tell you something when you go to sleep at the clock tower. That's probably it, but someone interrupted him just as he was about to tell you. How unfortunate. If only there was a way to make sure he wouldn't get interrupted, maybe you'd finally get to hear what he has to say. And it keeps happening, too. You don't have anything to say about that, considering it was then Mira. Hodo seems suspicious of me. Is that so? That researcher of yours is pretty perceptive. Better not act weird or interact with stuff that makes you act weird too often in one loop. Or do. What does it matter? She won't be able to figure anything out anyway. Figuring out you're looping in time just because you're acting weird would be quite an achievement. Do we really need to bring out the book? I'm glad you got the courage to talk to them about it. It seems like it helped you both. And you made a promise, didn't you? Try to keep it. You'll try. Do you know how to fix a knife? Still trying to sharpen that key knife, huh? Using the sharpening stone you found on floor 1 didn't do the trick. But when you tried, your party said you were doing it differently than you usually do? What do they mean? They said you usually mumble something when you sharpen your dagger or carve wood. They might remember how you usually do things if they saw wood carving tools, wouldn't they? I wonder where you could find some. The sadnesses are different. I've noticed. They don't always appear at the floor where they should be, right? This didn't happen before I beat the king. They did not. Is it because you beat the king? Is it related? No theories? None. But hey, variety is the spice of life, isn't it? Okay. Find more about the king? What should I do now? So you talk to the king. Seems like he's using some some type of craft called timecraft to freeze people in time, huh? Timecraft. I don't know much about it myself. But as always, if you need information about something, you should read a book. Maybe ask the librarian in the Dormont Library. She might know something. Bye-bye. Anything about timecraft? Timecraft. Like, specifically... I'm not sure. Should look at the books about crafts. We have one here, but it might not talk about timecraft much. I wonder... Keep doing that. I wonder, where could you find craftonomy books? Craftonomy. The library notices your confusion. Oh, the study of craft in general is called craftonomy. I don't think the libraries here or in the house carry any. Maybe you should look elsewhere. So why am I thinking about candles right now? It must be nothing. Okay, so it's the room with the candles? The candle making? Someplace other than the libraries. Maybe someone's dorm room in the house. Wait. You wave the flower towards Loop. A flower? I don't want any of your stuff, Stardust. Get that out of here. This is where you gently give. This is where your gentle giving heart gets you. No thanks, Stardust. Show Loop a souvenir. You could just show them souvenirs. You roll it around your pocket. Are you rolling that coin again? You've kept it this whole time. Just pathetic now. Okay, what about the 4-leaf? Look, the 4-pointed leaf. Its shape reminds you of something. If you look up, you only see clouds. Friendship doodle? Long thingy thing? Okay, and there was a response with that, really? You don't want my flower, bro? That's a flower. Okay, I finished helping everybody. Follow me, Sif. Follow Issa around for a while. Going through more Dormonts, then the forest until... The field? There's nothing around. What could he possibly need? So what do you need me to do? Huh? Oh, lay down with me? You lay down. And then, look up. You look up. Stars, stars, stars all around you. You inhale sharply. You know, when you asked me if I needed help earlier, I wasn't sure what to say. I don't really need help with anything. And I did all I needed to prepare for tomorrow and stuff. I saw you run around and help everyone today, and that seemed kind of fun. So I thought, just making sure to help everyone today. I just want to hang out with them. And so, that's it. That's all I wanted to do today. Let's just hang. Oh. Oh. Why stars? Oh. So you know how you say this word when you're annoyed or something bad happens? I don't know what language it is, but I always thought it was like a swear word. Like crab. And I looked in a few books, but I couldn't find the word anywhere, and I got really curious. And one day I heard someone else say it. So I asked them, and they said it means stars. I noticed you know stuff about the sky. You talked about planets once and the sun, like you really knew what you were talking about. And sometimes when we slept outside, you spent most of your nights looking at the night sky. And I thought that was interesting because I never thought about what's up there before. But, so I thought maybe, you'd like to see the stars together? Or just in general? Oh no, was I wrong? Was it really more of an actual swear word like crab? You don't actually like stars and stars are bad and gross? Did I step in it? Did I step in it? Did I mess up? No, you didn't step in it. Oh, I got scared. Anyway, I heard some people can see stuff in the stars sometimes. Like pictures. They're called... something? Constellations. Constellations! Yes, that! Do you know some? You look up the stars, you don't recognize any of them. No, I don't know any. Huh. You're saying I didn't step in it, but... Sif... Change the subject. No, you're fine. Tell me something. Something? Something about you. Oh, okay. Well, okay, you know I'm from Javante, right? I lived there my whole life. It's nice, big city. More than one house, too. Way bigger than Dormont's. Big enough that you don't know the life story of every person you see. Anyway, you might think it's surprising, I don't know. But when I was Bonnie's age, I was like the smartest smarty pants around. Not like slightly smarter or anything, but like the nerdiest kid you can imagine. Huh. You got trouble imagining Issa as anything other than the boisterous man he is. Like, really imagine it. Big glasses, super neat braids. Always knows the answer to any question the teacher has. Always getting perfect grades. Always too shy and focused on grades to even know how to make a friend in the playground. That was me! And, I didn't really like myself. Cause, like, I was smart, but really hated being shy. Being alone. Not even able to ask the classmate for a pen because I was so paralyzed by fear. And I was ready to spend the rest of my life like this. One day after years of living like this, I looked at myself and the way I was, the way I existed in this world. I looked at that kid in the mirror and I thought, is this it? Is this really who I want to be? Couldn't I just be someone else? Someone that can make friends, someone people could love, someone I could love, someone I wouldn't feel ashamed of being. Couldn't I just change? And that's one of the things people go to the houses for, you know? To learn things, to train, to do bodycraft on yourself, to change. And you can stay for a bit and come back changed and no one would say a thing. But just accept the new person you've become. So I went to one of Jovanti's houses and threw myself into it. Trying to be the coolest, strongest, most dependable person around. Lifting weights, training my voice to be deeper, louder. Crafting my own body to be cooler, stronger. Looking at myself in the mirror every morning and yelling, I'm the coolest! Change is destruction, you know? To bring about change, you need to know you might hurt people. Might hurt yourself, even. So you always have to be careful and think about whether the destruction you bring about is worth it. I decided it was. So the person I was before, I made them disappear. I killed them with my bare hands. Made sure they'd never ever come back. So I could live. It sounds so bad when I say it like that. The kid I was before is still here. I just, grew around them? Protect them? Building an armor until it becomes the real thing. So I could become someone strong, someone outgoing. Someone comforting to be around. Someone I would have liked to know before. Someone I would have liked to know before. Doesn't matter that much. I'm here, is what I mean. I'm here, is what I mean. And I love myself so much more now than I did before. But even the person I'm now is a work in progress. I want to change still. I became a big and strong and dependable, happy-go-lucky dude because that's who I needed to be. But lately I've been feeling like I need to let down the airhead facade a bit. Act less stupid, that sort of stuff. It doesn't feel great when people think I'm stupid just because I act a certain way. So I might change again soon and become someone slightly new. That sounds cool, right? Oh, you never knew. Issa wanted to change to become someone else, and he did it. He must have worked for so long to make his wish come true. I might change to be a mix between a jock and a nerd. Balancing it all, you know? So either you'll change into a jerd or you'll change into a knock. I don't know which one I like more. You'll change into a knock. Sounds like a jerd. Sounds better, doesn't it? They both sound bad. Better mouthfeel. They both sound bad, Issa. No, don't say that. You can be a smart jock. You can be a buff nerd. You can be a smart jock. Smart jock. How avant-garde, right? Anyway, after we beat the king tomorrow and go our separate ways, I'll just change into someone else. Someone who can be both strong and smart. Both at once. What a concept. Doesn't that sound like someone cool? Doesn't that feel like someone you wouldn't feel ashamed of knowing? Is that what he thinks? Issa? Yusuf? I have never felt ashamed of knowing you. Not even a little bit. You're gonna make me blush, Sif. And well, you know, I feel the same, right? You're like maybe the coolest person I know. You know that, right? And I really like spending time with you. When we hang out, I always discover new things, like cool theater stuff, or even just something new about you. And I like how you always have a pun ready for any situation. How you breathe in this specific way sometimes, and I wish I could breathe with you to make you feel better. And I like the way your face looks when you eat your favorite foods. You gonna call me a hamster again? And I want to know more about you. Talk with you more. Laugh with you more. And you can't look away from him. Whoa, is that a shooting star? I could punch you, Issa. I could punch you. Whoa, is that a shooting star? Hey, look up. Isn't it cool? You look away from him and look up at the starry sky. There's no shooting star. But you don't mind. Ah! See, I told you they'd be here. You heard Issa mumble to himself about it earlier, more like... Hi, Frin. Hi, Issa. We figured you'd be here. Can we join you? Everyone is here! Good to see you, everyone! Such a beautiful night. Was it your idea to come here, Issa? It was. Under the stars, huh? How romantic. Very well done, Issa. What? No, it wasn't romantic at all. Just a pal's outing. A buddy's hangout. I, of course, would bring any one of you here. I brought our food, so we can eat here. A nightly picnic. A nightly picnic. Oh, I can smell samosas. Yummy. Yeah, I made a lot. Friend, take one. Take two, even. You deserve it. Sifrin sure worked hard today, didn't they? Thank you for your help earlier. You jump. Yes, thank you, Sifrin. You've been a great help today. Frin taught me how to fight! I'll be able to help you tomorrow. Oh, I'm looking forward to it, Bonnie. Zod, did Frin help you today, too? You freeze. Did you? Ah! Of course Sif helped me today. Issa's looking at you, smiling brightly. Thank you for spending time with me, Sif. Oh. You hide your face beneath the rim of your hat. Feeling shy. How wonderful. Thank you, oh great helper. Here, have another samosa. And have some pad thai and bread. I'm sure you want some tea too. Here's some of my curry. Your plate is overflowing. You see everything on your plate sway back and forth. You eat as much as possible before everything falls down. Oh. You burp. Ew! Nice reflexes, Sifrin. Everyone starts laughing happily. You laugh too. You're surrounded by your allies. Your heart lifts. You love them. You're glad you got to spend time with them. You're glad you know them better. You're glad. Frin, you okay? Want more snacks? You smile. Yes, please. Then eat! Eat as much as you want. You all ate and laughed under the stars. Tomorrow, once again, we'll go into the house and fight the king. But today you're happy. Really? He doesn't need your help with a quest? Was the achievement for hanging out with Issa? House's gates. We are back to it again. You had a nice time yesterday. Hanging out with Issa under the stars. Got the memory of stargazing. You'll always remember this. Hi, Stardust. I didn't want to interrupt before, but you got a new memory. When equipped, it boosts all of your fighter's stats by 30. Wow. Also in the skill, we will win. It is amazingly strong. When used, it boosts everyone's attack, defense, and attack speed for a few turns. It's so strong, you'll only be able to use it when you and your fighter have had the exact conversation. So if you loop back to Dormont, you'll have to talk to him all over again. Remember that, okay? But hey, Stardust, it was nice, wasn't it? Hanging out with all of them yesterday? They love you now. Your bond with them is stronger now. Isn't that neat? It is neat. You don't want to have to loop back to before you spent the time with them. What would happen if you stayed with this version of them until the end? If you went through the entire house without looping ahead, beat the king, and saw the head housemaiden with them, would anything happen? Would anything change? Time to walk all the way up and beat the king. Just gonna equip to everybody the new stats. Frin is not so happy on this, I just noticed. That stupid sadness again. Stand still like usual, attack. Stand still like usual. It's fine, you're not annoyed or anything. Follow the scripts. I just think that we got like an irritated option, but I don't really like that. One of the people she drew looks like the head housemaiden. Universe? They're all staring at you confused. Funny joke? Funny joke. Stars, why would you say that? Put the key in your pocket. You purposely trip on a small rock. Oh, you okay, Sif? You have a thumbs up. You're clumsy and not at all threatening and overpowered compared to them. You hit the counter really hard and bit your lip. You hit the counter bad. Bad counter. Let's beat it up. He said body kick the counter too. You feel better. A book about the study of crafts. Could it have any information about timecraft, maybe? Does that craftonomy book have anything on timecraft? Timecraft? What for? It is related to our situation, isn't it? With the king? I don't have a... What's timecraft? I don't know what that is. Should we have a crash course on timecraft then? Fine. But I'll flip through the book. It does have a section on timecraft. Alright. So timecraft is, as the name implies, the power to wield and craft time itself. It's a type of craft that's been hypothesized to exist for decades, but its existence has never been proven. Until now, right? Stopping time? That's what the king does, right? So the king is using timecraft? King most likely is, yes. which would make it the first time in history someone managed to harvest that power. Outside of stories told in family tales, that is. I've heard scholars outside of Vaugarde are really excited right now. Timecraft confirmed to be real. So they're happy because he froze people in time? Well, it's more complicated than that. Morals aside, it does change everything we knew about Timecraft. Thinking about how Timecraft could be used, the king is only stopping people's time, but it could be used for many other things. It could be used to hasten or slow people's time too. Maybe make people's bodies younger or older. Maybe make buds grow into trees in an instant. Worst case scenario, it could be used to change history itself. Crafting time to go back in time and change history. Whoa. Whoa. Possibilities are endless and terrifying. Definitely not the kind of power you want in someone's hands. And definitely not someone like the king. And correct me if I'm wrong, but crafting time wouldn't be like crafting clay to a specific shape or crafting a sword. Those are easy enough to do and won't tire you out, but crafting time? Something as basic and essential as time? Wouldn't it ask for immense amounts of power? Exactly. Crafting clay barely asks for any power from the user. But crafting time... It was theorized that crafting time, even to pause time for a single second, would probably kill the user immediately. Huh? Kill them dead? Kill them dead. And yet the king is still alive. So it raises the question, what gave him enough power to use Timecraft without dying? And how did he learn how to use it? Good questions, Issa. You have pretty smart insights sometimes. I sure do. Timecraft is what the king uses and it's dangerous. Got it. I suppose talking about this was useful. I'm surprised you're curious about this though, said Frin. He shrugged. Timecraft, a type of craft that allows the user to control time. Isn't that what you and the king have been using? But neither of you should be able to use it. Using it would ask for immense amounts of power, so then what gave you this power? Maybe you should ask the king about this. But what if it isn't enough? What if he doesn't want to tell you anything about Timecraft? You've talked to the king and the head housemaiden. Are those really the only two people that would know anything about the loops you're stuck in? Who else could you talk to about the loops? To theorize? Oh wait, there is one person. Hello? You make the secret hand sign and think about talking to Loop. You close your eyes. Hello, hello, Loop speaking. Thank you for calling. How may I help you? What should I do next? You're doing so many different things. What else do you need help with? What do you need help with? Find out more about the loops. What should I do now? So you found out more about Timecraft and the head housemaiden just repeated everything when you saw her. What else could you do to find out more about the loops? Maybe you could talk to someone whose name is Loop, huh? You should probably ask your new friend, the king, about it. That's who I'm gonna get some answers from about the looping. What a nice guy. He prepared everything so you could watch the night sky because he noticed you liked the stars and he wanted to spend time with you. I knew he had such a history with the change belief too. Come to think of it, he might represent the change belief better than your housemaiden does. She must hate that. And he tried to tell you something at the end, too. You think it's the same thing he always tries to say at the end? He'll never spit it out, poor guy. That's right. You wonder what he wants to say to you every time. Had a nice time with your housemaiden, so she feels bad because she can't love people romantically and she feels like she can't do what's needed of her as a housemaiden. She feels like she can't change in the way that's asked of her since she doesn't want to get in a relationship ever. Must be hard. Having a crisis of faith like this. Sounds like talking to you helped her though. And talking to her didn't help you, but it made her stronger, which is all you can ask for, huh? Don't forget, if you want her to get that special skill again, you'll have to hang out with her once more. Or, well, you could do it and zone out the whole time if you wanted to, but that's cheating. A researcher, so she was looking for a family tale maybe the whole time you've known her. Family tales are Valgardian tradition, and as half Valgardian, she felt like it would bring her closer to her roots. And that's why she came to Valgardy then. To find out more about herself. Being able to go wherever you want and find more about yourself in the process. Well, that sure was interesting, wasn't it? Bonnie. You got to hang out with that kid, didn't you? So all this time, they feel guilty because they feel like they're the reason you're half blind. What a silly idea. But they're dealing with a lot right now. Their sister is frozen in time, they had to run away from their home to escape the king's curse, and they had to see you in your stupid eye every day. No wonder they don't know what to do with all these thoughts rattling in their brain. No wonder you felt like they hated you. But isn't it nice not to be hated anymore? What, need a reminder on their favorite foods? Well, so far you found out that they like rice, pineapples, and samosas with potatoes. But with no cheese. That's all of them, right? Helping them was fun, wasn't it? Too bad there's nothing else to do. I'd like to go through the whole house with them now, though. Huh? Why? Well, it won't hurt, I suppose. Make sure to help them out in the same loop. And go from the house's entrance and have your little snack time all the way to the head housemaiden. Without looping forwards and backwards. I wonder if anything will change, though. Nothing. Thank you. Talk to you later, Stardust. You're my cousin who I see once a year and we have a really good time. That's awesome. The answer changed. What am I? Cousin. The cool cousin. That's great. Aww. Rodale seems lost in thoughts. Timecraft, huh? She's looking at you weird. Did you do something wrong? Leave me be now, I need some alone time, but... You leave Rodale be. And I messed it up, I didn't know what to say. I didn't think taking all those different classes taught me anything worthwhile, to be honest. I liked taking them, and I liked learning those things, but I didn't do anything with what I learned. And I wasn't even good at any of it, So, wasn't it all just a waste of time? That's what I ended up saying during the class. And everyone was just silently looking at me, judging me. So, I ran away from the class and stayed in my room for a week. Oh no. Oh, gems. To evade judgment and wait for it to blow over, I get it. But taking all those classes doesn't seem like it was a waste of time, though. It's fine to learn things just for learning's sake. And you never know when that knowledge might come in handy. That's true. But thinking about it now, I feel like I had to do something with that knowledge. Everyone else in the classes felt like they were learning about their passion, you know? Artists taking art classes, getting better at their crafts, that sort of thing. But I was just not using those skills outside of class, but just because everyone was doing their way means I can do things my way too. And I can just take a lot of classes because I like to learn. Yeah. Maybe this is why the head housemaiden wanted you to realize when she asked you to prepare this. Maybe this is what the head housemaiden wanted you to realize when she asked you to prepare this class. Oh, maybe. Memory of learning. Teachable moment, something about teaching. You always remember this. All of your all of your housemaiden's craft skill cooldown will be lowered by 1. Oh, that's good. That's good. Broken. While passing through, you take a deep breath and poke. Poke my cheek again and die. Yep, message received. You giggle under your breath. Say, Frin, are you curious about the Change God statues, perhaps? Oh, I'm just wondering why they're broken. That's the king's doing, isn't it? There are statues of the Change God, and the king wants to freeze Vaugarde in time, so... Maybe the king wanted to make a statement? Look how useless your god is? That sort of thing? But only the faces are destroyed. Normally, you'd destroy the whole statue, right? The face is important, Dial. Oh? Yes. So... Every statue we've seen so far is made by a different crafter or artist. It's kind of a cultural thing to craft your own Change God. The Change God is always changing, always different. And we all have our own version of the Change God in our brains. The Change God is always depicted wearing the same clothes, so they're at least recognizable in that way. But their face is always changing. I think the Change God has like 1,000 eyes. That's how they can see everything. I've heard someone say the Change God had sewn their own mouth shut. Unable to tell us how to change and leaving it to us poor humans to figure it out. I had a dream they had dimples. and since it's crafted by us, it's supposed to represent our connection to the Change God. The Change God, by their very nature, doesn't interact with humans much. Except for when they bless Mirabelle. Yes. But by crafting the Change God's face, we get linked to them in some small way. And some people even get to communicate with the Change God through the statues they made as well. Oh, really? No, not really. Yes, really. I met someone who's talked to the Change God when they finished their statue. Was it in a dream, maybe? Because, you know, that doesn't count. Anyway, that's why all the statues are different from one another. Interesting. So it's a cultural tradition to make your own statue. And it's a connection between you and the Change God. How do you connect with your gods, madame? We make shrines for our gods, and everyone shares the shrines. Sharing gods? Interesting. Now that you know more about the statues and the change belief, maybe you could check Mirabelle's statue once more. The king is the name that he chose. Maybe that's something you could ask him about. Interesting, very interesting. Okay. You look away. That's the book that made Mirabelle learn her skill. Smells weird. I'm taking it. Takes the book off the shelf and opens it to a random page. Oh, it's a cooking book. Talking about carrots and stuff. What? Let me see. Oh no. I'm just outing Siffrin right now. No, that's the carrot method, Bonbon, not carrots. Oh, the carrot method! Siffrin reminded me of it yesterday. That's how I figured out that nice new shield skill. Is that so? You smile awkwardly. Ah, your new shield skill. They showed in this book too, look! Oh, they do! If Siffrin didn't teach me yesterday, this could have been useful. But I already know the book. No, it's book. Siffrin taught me book. And it'll protect us against the king book. Odail's staring at you. You look away. Maybe you shouldn't have looked at that bookcase. Maybe you shouldn't have looked at this room at all. This book mentions shields that reflect attacks too. Those are so complicated. I wish I could figure it out someday. Some carving wood. You haven't tried carving wood in forever. Everyone mentions you usually mumble when you sharpen your dagger or carve wood. Will you be able to sharpen the key knife if you remember how you usually do it? Pick up the carving wood, looking at it from all angles, trying to remember. Please don't look bad, please don't look bad, please don't look bad. What? Oh, you don't remember? That's what you were saying last time you were carving something. You were carving a little Odail, and Odail said that if it looked bad, she'd ask me to cover your dinner with potatoes. So if you were mumbling please don't look bad the whole time, you usually mumble things like this under your breath when you carve or sharpen your dagger or do something similar. Please have symmetrical eyes. Please look at least a little bit like a wolf. Please don't stab me in the head while I carve. I'm being roasted. Siffrin, we're being roasted. It feels like you're talking to whatever you're making, or to your tools. Did you never realize you were doing it? Do you really do this? How embarrassing. It's cute, Siffrin. And also when you do mumble, whatever you're carving does look really nice. It's when you're not mumbling that your stuff looks awful. Huh. Well, it sounds like you should try the sharpening thing again. By the way, I still have the little wood carving of me you made, Siffrin. You do? Of course. Why wouldn't I? It was so very cute. You know, I'm still so jealous Sif made you a wood figurine. I could curse you and your entire family name. Then curse me, coward. I will one day. And then you'll be sorry. Oh, I'm so scared. Alright, because of all the dialogue we've had to sit through, I'm gonna go ahead and end this part right here. I hope you guys had fun. I had fun. I'll catch you for the next part.